All right, we're going to begin our lesson on our topic, which we've been using all week, root or rooted in the kingdom. K-N-G-D-O-M, rooted in the kingdom. Let's do a XY axis. X being the horizontal and Y being our vertical axis. So we put here Y and put X here. And we're going to use our X axis to talk about three things. People who are what I call rooted, and then we're going to go further, strengthen, and then we're going to go even further, and we're going to say people who have some gratitude. We're going to call it Thanksgiving. On our y-axis, we are going to talk about the reverse of that. People and people over here are, what should I say? They're rooted, but they're rooted to the earth. They're rooted to earth. And in some cases, they're not even rooted to earth. They are also weak in the Lord. And they are also ungrateful. Ungrateful, weak, and rooted in the Lord. And we're going to look at our scale over here. There is a scale we're going to use. And over here we're going to go, starts at 0. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. And over here on our scale we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to give it a line that flows through here, which is sort of a break-even line. Now, if you're over here, you're rooted in the earth, you're weak in the Lord, and you're ungrateful for what the Lord has done, I think that, and I'm going to begin by saying, most of us begin here, and as you get closer to the Lord, you start moving on this side of the line, over here, and here, and then a lot of us stay over here. We continue to go up, up, up. And as you go up, 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 I think that we start losing over here. We start losing our faith. And over here, when we get rooted, strengthened, and thanksgiving, we start gaining in faith. So this is our plus side. and this would be the manna side. So everybody has to kind of decide where they are. I think that most people fall somewhere in here. Well, I say most people fall somewhere in here, and on a scale of 1 to 7. And of course, 7 is perfect, and we know 9 is perfect with God. So nobody would be here. A lot of us, as you become more rooted, more strengthened in the Lord, and more thankful, you start moving toward between a 3 and a 4. And I think that for the most part, if you're able to become rooted and strengthened and become more grateful in the Lord, you can become more rooted in the kingdom. But again, we see over here, as you become worldly, I call it worldly, and if you're weak in the Lord, and if you're ungrateful for all the things God has given you, and you wind up with over here somewhere. I call it in here. But I think that everybody would like to be here, but you got to begin to do the things that required. And this kind of is a dividing line. And as you continue to go up, I call it become weaker in your faith. You start moving more and more away from God. And as you become rooted and strengthened in your faith, particularly gratitude, an attitude of gratitude, you become stronger in the Lord. Now, you have to make the decision where you are, because ultimately it leads to being rooted in the kingdom. And what we're saying is we're making a comparison between let's put a few plants here and to make our point. As you become rooted in the Lord, you begin to grow. But as you start losing your faith, you begin to fly away, and you don't get the benefits of growing in the Lord that occurs here. Now, all of us we start here because we're all human beings and we're in a body, and we all have this opportunity to grow in the Lord. But I think that over time, we begin, when we move more over here, that's what starts happening. But if we can keep the pendulum swinging over here, and we can become more rooted in the Lord. Now we're going to talk more about what it means to be strengthened, what it means to be rooted, what it means to be strengthened, and what it means to be thankful in another video. But the essence of this particular one is we become built up in Jesus, rooted and built up in Him. We strengthen our faith, and once we become overflowing with thankfulness, we start moving in this direction. As we become less grateful, weak in our faith, and more rooted in the things of this world, we begin to lose our faith. This is our first video based on the message that preceded this video. This is rooted in the kingdom, and all week long we're going to be talking about rooted in the kingdom.